Alright, family. So today, ALABUGA ex-student from Sudan exposes it all on live. I guess it says exposes it all on live. Experience if start program. Experience of start program. Hey, yo, the English here is not Englishing. But anyway, it's your boy Dway's on Blaze, and this video is by Ilen. Yeah. Okay, we've liked and sub to your boy Dways as well. Let's get into it. This is allegedly the first person who has confirmed that yes, I went to ALABUGA and I was scammed, but they're from Sudan. Just keep that in mind. Let's go.
Thing was moving smooth. Like I said, they scammed us. People who went there, we were scammed. Ministries, all ministers were scammed. Influencers were scammed. Like everyone is just scammed by these lies. And when they have ministers coming to visit, like if you go through their pages, you would see the minister of Burkina Faso had visited. Even these influencers, when they went to visit, like they took them to the university, they took them to this what is it called? They saw all of these things that are being advertised because they're actually there. They don't know what's the real thing happening behind.
So did you recognize any of the places in the influencer videos? Did you recognize any of the places?
Yeah, I know all of them. I even have pictures in those places. But that is the economic zone itself where they went. I saw that they went to the university. That's the university where they ask girls to put on uniforms whenever they have someone coming in, someone that they want to show the place. It's usually minister of Burkina Faso, minister of I don't remember which other minister went, but I think there were like two at least. And there was also a Russian minister who went there. The government officials of Russia also, I think also them don't know what's going on, because when they're coming to see us, they ask girls to put on uniforms and go to the university and sit in one of the classrooms and pretend like you're taking classes there.
Or you'll be pretending to take classes in the university when people are there?
Yes. Yeah. You pretend like that. You even put on uniforms. So that's how it's done.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44.
Your AI has such empty eyes. It's crazy.
And also these fields, the fields of logistics and what, they like pick a certain girl, put on the uniform, and go and pretend like that's the field that you're working in. But those fields don't exist actually, because you're not working in that field. You work in one field. All of us work in one field. But when they want to do advertising, social media advertising, they pick a girl to go and work in that field, dress in that uniform. And that's who these people can see. Those are the people you can see. Those are the people that the ministers will meet. Those are the people that the influencers will meet.
So fictional, the time that you were not working, were you getting paid? And how long was it before you started working?
I wasn't working until that July, the month that I came back. From March up to July, we didn't work. They said they needed work permits, and they needed a lot of documents, and they were bringing in a lot of new girls, so they had to work with a large number of girls, and they were also understaffed, I guess, so they couldn't process it quick enough or fast enough. So a majority of us hadn't worked for a long time.
So for 4 months you didn't work. Where were you sleeping? What did you do during the day? And did they pay you for those 4 months that you were not working?
We were told that we need to carry a certain amount with us because we would not work for a whole month before we reach there. They said it would take a month to process all these documents before we start working. So everyone had to carry a budget of at least $200 with them. This was going to be your upkeep for this 1 month until you start to work. It was supposed to be 1 month, but somehow it turned to 3 months. And during the days, we just go out and chill. You go and see the different cities. You're allowed to move. You can move whenever you want. You can go to the supermarkets. You can go and chill outside.
Okay, you see, now this is where it becomes confusing. If you're being trafficked or you're being held against your will, why would they allow you to move around? That seems a bit strange to me. Like, clearly, and she's also on TikTok Live, meaning she feels free enough to be able to speak about it. So I don't know, man. Let's just carry on before we jump to conclusions.
You can go bowling, skating, anything
bowling?
you want to do during the day, as long as you had the money. But yeah, this 3 months of being there, it was out of your own pocket.
It was out of your own pocket, which is, a lot of money. So how did people survive? $200 is 4,000 rand. I don't know in your country's currency, but it isn't much to survive for
It isn't much, but 4 bands, I'ma make a plan, trust me. 4 bands. You give me 4 bands, I'ma make a plan, dog. I'ma make a plan. It's not a lot, I know, but I'ma make a plan. It's not like it's 400, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what government grants were giving during the CO. You know what I'm talking about. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
months.
No. Food in Russia is actually very cheap. It's very cheap there. You can even spend less than $10 a week.
You see what I'm saying? They were living the life.
You buy groceries of $10. It can sustain you for the whole week.
So you were not getting paid, and you were staying at ALABUGA.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not getting paid, then that's a problem. I thought they were paying them at least $200, but it seems like they weren't even doing that. So let's carry on.
In this 3 months, we don't know. We still haven't confirmed what type of job we're doing. You see, as we applied, there were different things that you can apply for. There is they had a tower crane operator. They had production operation. They had tiling. They had what did they have again? They had melting engineering? All that was. These were the different places you could apply for. They also had the front desk management. So
sounds like good jobs. Okay, but if you're not getting paid for those jobs, then that's a problem.
Going there, this is what we're all thinking in our heads we're going to do. Like, you're going to specialize in one of these fields. And this, to me, when I saw these things, especially like tower crane operator, like before even going there, like there was a post, like there was a certain girl in my country. She was the first one to ever be a tower crane operator as a woman. So when they said that they needed women to apply for these jobs because they want women in certain fields that they've never been, I felt like that was legit, because you don't see women driving these big lorries. You don't see women working with iron. You don't see them in construction and all this stuff. So that's where it felt legit to me at a certain point. And these 3 months, like every time we go out on the streets, people are always like, the African girls, they've come to work in with bombs and stuff like that. And we look at them.
So people would say that to you.
People would tell us, and we're like, we don't know where this is coming from. We look at them and we're like, nah, bro. They're like, nah, you guys have been lied to. We don't do that. That's not what we're here to do. Because in the back of our heads, we know what we're here for. We're here for all this other stuff. So when people say this stuff to me on the streets, I always felt like they were just watching fake news and spreading propaganda.
You mean the area that was there, everything is...
I'm still so confused. So was this bad or not? Like, were they being held against their will or not? Okay, one thing she's cleared up is they weren't getting paid. So that is one thing we cannot overlook.
Actually real. The only problem is that you're not actually doing what you are meant to do once you are in there. But you are saying you can leave if you want to. They will let you go home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. So where's this trafficking thing coming into? Because people keep saying, if you traffic, people do not give you an option to come back home. They don't say, oh, no, you can come home. But maybe the key is maybe you can't afford to go home. Maybe that's where the catch is. Why play an ad right on top of us? Why do that? Why do it like that?
They have
And then
all
did
these
you know?
all these bills that are advertised there are available, just not to the Africans, not to us.
Ah, I see. So other people are working there, but not the Africans. The Africans are working with the drones.
Yeah. But they
What about-
also have their people also working with us. But our people didn't work with them. But they did tell us that if you finish like after 2 years or 4 years, when you're done with your program, you can join their university, you can apply with them and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
But honestly, I wasn't going to wait. Deal with chemicals all those years.
Right, stay with me for a few minutes. This is the ALABUGA Start Program final verdict. And please do share the video, it will be quite important for people to know. First and foremost, I want to give a huge professional shout out to Miss Media, because without her, this information wouldn't be public. I mean, she was up at 2 a.m. doing this. This live wasn't at 2 a.m. I was up, but yeah, for you guys. So I'm about to summarize this live, which was about 2 hours, close to 2 hours. I'm gonna summarize it in 15 points for you, and yeah, stick around. And there won't be a part 2 to this. Okay, let's start. So let me just explain. A girl from Sudan who's part of the ALABUGA Start program is being interviewed, right? She stayed there for a few months in 2024. Like she said, she applied in 2023. 2024, she went to Russia, and then she stayed for a few months, and then she left in June 2024. Right. She pointed out that she saw the red flags while applying, right? Saying that the program is getting working visas for them while they thought they were going there to study, right? Because of that career, what do they say again? Kickstart your career. Yeah, so she said that was a first red flag.
Okay, whoa. But why would you be getting paid to study? Why would you be getting paid to study? I thought that the notion was that you're going there to work. Or work and study. Like, definitely work was in there, so that's a bit strange that that's a red flag.
And another thing I should add, she said that the embassy in Sudan was actually vouching for these people. Right, so number 4 is that when she got there, she didn't work for a good 3 months, and then they told them beforehand that you have to come with funds, right, to support you while the process is ongoing. And then Miss Media basically said, yeah, that is true, because she has also worked abroad, and then it took her almost the same time, if not longer, to get proper documentation to start working. Okay, number 5 is that...
That's why documentation should really be handled before you even get there. That's weird. It's weird to me that why would you handle it when you're there? Because then you're just in limbo. Rather sort it out when you're at home. But I guess in some situations you have to be there to sort it out.
The notion that they are hostages is completely false. She could go anywhere, call anyone, and could leave anytime. Alright, so this is the turning point, right? So number 6 is that closer to her starting the work, she chose from a list of professions, right? So there's a list of professions. I'm just going to show it. And then she chose production operations, thinking that she was going to do production operations. Now keep that in mind. Number 7, people in the streets would say the African girls who are making bombs are here. Like, they'd make jokes about that. And then because she didn't know as yet, she'd be like, no, I'm not here to make none of that. Okay, number 8 is that all her friends applied for different professions, right? So she signed up for production operations. Remember, they all signed up for different things. But the red flag is that she soon found out that all her friends who applied for different professions were somehow all in the same factory that she was in. The picking jobs is not legit, so there is nothing like a range of jobs, because now as soon as you're an African girl, according to her, you will be making drones in an unhealthy environment. Like, that is true. This thing of dangerous chemicals, she said that those chemicals cause the skin to peel, and then she saw that some of the Russians that were working there before her, their skin would turn red after a good 3 days of working in that factory. And then yeah, but now the thing is, they could leave anytime. They could leave anytime. She's literally said you can leave anytime. And then yeah, she didn't take long to decide to go back home, because for her it wasn't worth it. So just to explain that further, right? So there's a list of jobs that they give you, right? And then you choose from that list. All of a sudden now, you find out that no. Oh yeah, when you sign those contracts, there's an NDA. So she said that the people who were there prior to her were not allowed to tell anyone about the work that they do inside the factory. So in that way, they keep it a secret. And she also mentioned something about they replace workers almost every now and then, let me just say. Okay, number 11 is that her friend stayed, and she knows girls that will be going that side, even if she told them the story, right? And then the money is more important to them because, yeah, man, in some countries they are not as fortunate as us, right? Because in some countries there is no other option. It's either poverty or that. Number 12, this was shocking to me. She said that it was true that there was a drone attack in ALABUGA, and it was at her dorm. So the thing is that they were doing a fire drill. She said that they would do these fire drills, right, every now and then. But this time around, they did that fire drill and they didn't go back, right? And it happened that the dorm, when they told that 13 people were affected and stuff like that, so 13 people were living in the dorm, but now there was no one in the dorm. Alright, so number 13, we're almost done. So she says that the influencers most definitely didn't know, because the setup when important figures come to the place is totally different. They make the girls wear uniforms for media purposes. I mean, even the Russian minister was subjected to the same deception. That's why the Russian embassy said they didn't know, because they literally don't know that these people, even though the program is real, they take the African girls and put them in those factories, while everybody else... Okay, wait, I'm gonna get to that point. Number 14, the program is 100% real. ALABUGA is a huge industrial zone with farms, factories, marketplaces. It's just that African girls are rather made to assemble drones instead of partaking in all the available jobs. Right, so that right there already is by definition trafficking, right? Because now false pretense, you're giving people false information, telling them you're promising them this, promising them that, only for them to be doing something different.
If that's the case, then there's a whole lot of trafficking going on, bro. If that's the case, alright.
And the thing is, trafficking doesn't have to be sexual trafficking. It doesn't have to be abuse and stuff like that. No, you lied to me. Right, and then lastly, the fees that are deducted from the salary.
But is lying to someone trafficking them though? I don't know if that really falls under trafficking. I mean, maybe luring somebody under false pretense. I don't know if that qualifies trafficking, but I think it might. I think it might, because isn't that what they did to Andrew Tate? I think they did the same thing. It wasn't that, you know, he was keeping them against their will. It's that he was luring them there on fake false promises. And I think that might be a form of trafficking. So maybe.
Right? Accommodation, not free. Food, not free. And then Russian classes, not free. And then, yeah, I spoke to a few girls, South African girls, and then I'm going to send them this video, of course, and then, of course, I'm going to ask for their reply, because they told me they are perfectly fine. The ALABUGA program is real, and this thing of trafficking... No, they didn't say anything about... Oh, yeah, they did say something about trafficking. There's a girl that posted, like, they're talking about we being trafficked. Anyways, I didn't ask them about the jobs that they were doing, but yeah, please, if you all see this, yeah, please reply.
Yeah, this is a very strange situation, bro. It's because it's like people are happy, but then some are not happy. I don't know.
I'm hosting a live 5-day challenge called Crush Your Commissions.
Bro,
and
we're
in that
dealing with
training,
serious
it's designed
problems
for
here.
you.
Coming out with Crush Your Commission.
Sanbanana guys, I would really like to give a big shout out to Miss Media and Crash Out Code on TikTok. These people have been updating us and have
the gist.
begging us.
Okay, that is the gist of the video. If you want to see her video, what she has to say, you can go and see it in the link down below. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. I just wanted to see who actually went there and could tell us what was actually going down. And yeah, it's, to me, it's still an up in the air thing. It's kind of like, you know, even the person who's unhappy is saying, well, these are the things that were wrong. And I can't lie, for them to be having to pay for themselves for 3 months is a bit crazy. I won't lie to you. That's a bit crazy. That is wrong. The harsh working conditions, if they're harsh to a point where people are getting sick or God forbid passing away from working in the factory, then that is a problem as well. Luring them under the guidelines of we're gonna give you a job, we're gonna let you choose, and then giving them something else, that is also something that's wrong, very wrong. So we can't absolve ALABUGA of anything here, because what they're doing is still wrong. It may not be trafficking, quote unquote, directly, because as you can see, some people are happy with how it's going for them. Some people are defending it, saying, hey man, it's good for me. And then others who seem like it didn't really go their way, when they try to go there, they seem like the ones who are saying, yeah, but there are also these bad things. And also, why are they pretending like there's classes and stuff? You see, those things are a bit sus. We cannot exclude that. Those things are weird. Those things need to be investigated. Yeah, because there's a lot of speculation as to what are they actually there for? You know, what are they actually doing? Why is it only women between the ages of 18 and 22 that are required to do such a precarious thing? Like, assemble drones as a young black woman in a harsh condition, a factory with harsh working conditions. It just sounds a bit crazy. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think this has given me a clear understanding of what's going on, because everyone was just saying, human trafficking, cancel this person, they did this, did that. But clearly there's a lot of ways this situation was misinterpreted, and there's also a lot of things that were misunderstood, and there's a lot of, I guess, ways and regulations and checks that were skipped and not fully made. Like, nobody made sure that everything was fully clear and it was legit. That was also not done. And also, when it comes to defending the influencers, that was also not done, because people made it seem like these influencers were just called by ALABUGA on the phone, like, hey, I'm ALABUGA here, we're gonna offer you 20K, come through. It was not like that. This was done through an agency, and the agency did not do their due diligence to make sure that the influencers were protected when this thing hit the news, right? So there's a lot of, facets to this where you can see people got it wrong, information was not properly spread or researched, and it resulted in this confusing situation where people are not sure if they're getting trafficked, they're not sure if they're working or not, they're not sure, nobody seems to know what this thing really is. Governments are confused, everyone's confused. So anyway, it's the ALABUGA situation, guys. It continues to get crazier and crazier. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Toys on Blaze. Appreciate everybody for watching. And I see my mic volume has gone down again. That is amazing. Okay, but we will fix that soon. All right. Thank you.